So mostly we know business plans to be used for like funding or government grants and stuff like that. But I think that explanation is not necessarily true. Business plans are used for other things other than that, other than just acquiring funding from a bank or anything, and that's what we're going to be exploring today. Hey guys, I hope that you're well. I hope that you're good, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to click on that subscribe button right below, and don't forget to like and comment on the video. If you're a new subby, I welcome you to the G fam. I know that you're gonna have some fun right here. So today we're gonna be talking about 10 reasons why I think you still need a business plan for your startup even in 2021. So in case you're wondering why I am up here on your screen doing this, it's because I am very passionate about small business development, and by profession I am a qualified chartered accountant, and I also hold a master's in entrepreneurship and new venture creation. So I think that we have a lot to teach each other. In the past, I've heard a lot of people on social media, in the streets, just expressing that they feel that there's no longer a need for a business plan. And I tend to totally disagree with that. I think a business plan is very vital for a startup business, more especially, and also for any other business that wants to branch into anything else. I mean, when you think about it, you as an individual at the beginning of every year, you sit down and you establish your goals for the year. So if you as a person can do that, why do we then think that we don't have to do the same for a business? So I guess I need to start by just explaining what a business plan is, right? In my opinion, a business plan is a document that basically details the goals and objectives of your business. It details the operational structure, how your business is going to operate, as well as the financial plan in terms of when do you expect that your business will break even, or even when you expect to employ your first person under your business. So I think personally that it's very vital to have such plans for your business, especially if you've just started it. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be just detailing 10 reasons why I think in 2021 it's still important to do a business plan. So the first reason why I think it's vitally important for you to have a business plan in 2021 is a business plan, like I said, it details the future of your business. It details the plan and where you're going, where you see yourself in 5 years. So why on earth would you not want to have that in paper? Because every 6 months, after you started your business, you will definitely go back to check that, am I still in line with my plan? How far have I achieved in terms of the actual plan that I've had? So it gives you like a perspective of where you see your business in the future. With that being said, it will then give you a reason to work, to put in the work and the effort for you to get to where you want to be, because you've already established. And I think I've done a video before, I think it's the goal setting video, where we talk about the importance of you writing things down, because when you've noted that this is where I see my business, you've committed in paper, you've committed and if you have partners in your business, all the partners have committed in terms of signatures and stuff like that. So just by you writing that in your business plan, you have created a huge commitment, and you will definitely make sure that you work hard to fulfill that commitment. The second reason why I think it's important is because when you do a business plan, you're generally required to do a lot of research. So you research your industry as a whole, you research your competition, you research your product itself, and in so doing, it will allow you to identify loopholes within your product. You will identify even more opportunities in the industry as you do it. So what's the point of starting a business if you haven't done your research? And what other ways are there to show evidence that you've done research than compiling it in the form of a business plan? So doing research is very, very important for your business. It will help you determine your competitive edge, and it will help you determine where you stand in the industry as a whole. So I highly recommend it. I think it is absolutely vital for you to do proper research in the form of a business plan. The third reason why it is important to have a business plan, like I mentioned, that ideally we mostly use business plans for to request funding when we need funding from banks, from the government, and so on and so forth. But when you're actually at a point in your business where you need funding and you don't have a business plan, it means that you have to start the effort from scratch and redo all the work that you should have done when your business started. So it's best to do it now when your business is still small. Establish that business plan and do everything in terms of research that is required, and gather all the information that the bank would need in your business plan. So I think that this would help a lot if you have it stored somewhere and you see an opportunity whereby they want to give funding or grants or whatever. Then it's just a matter of grabbing that business plan and going to submit, instead of actually starting from scratch and recompiling. And that actually demoralizes you a lot, because you'll think, oh my God, now I have to start from scratch doing a business plan. It's going to take another 2 weeks and I won't have time because business is busy. Whereas if you had it stored somewhere in your cupboard, you'd literally just go and grab it, maybe fix a few things there, and submit your application for funding or grant or whatever the case may be. Okay, so point number 4 is the fact that a business plan is a complete document that you can use to establish other smaller versions of documents that you may need. And those documents may be your business profile, it may be your proposals and stuff like that. So every time you need to compile a proposal for a specific deal, or every time you have to compile a business profile for a specific deal, then I'll just go back to my business plan and I'll get this part, I'll get that part, and that part, compile it into the proposals. Instead of just you creating a document altogether, it's just efficient that way, because you just grab whatever information you need and you move with it. And maybe to clarify, the difference between a business profile and a business plan is that a business profile is much more summarized. So a business profile basically details your services, why a customer should choose you, a little bit of background of your business, but it doesn't have the whole plan together. So that kind of stuff would already be established in your business plan, but it's just a matter of grabbing whatever parts that you need, compiling that document or proposal, and then submitting it to whoever needs it at that specific time. Okay, so the 5th reason why I think a business plan is absolutely important is the fact that it allows you to put all your ideas into perspective. And it's so important for us entrepreneurs to establish this skill, because our minds are constantly going, hey? We are constantly on a roll, and we're constantly thinking of new ways, innovative ways of doing things. And if we put it in paper, then it allows us to visualize it and to put it into perspective, and also fit it into the already existing business model. Instead of just, thinking of an idea, forgetting about it, or thinking of an idea and, already assuming that it's going to work in your current business model, and only when you've already established it you realize that it actually doesn't work. So it just brings a little bit of order in terms of structure and operation effectiveness of the whole thing. So I think when you have ideas and you put them as part of your business plan, it makes sense eventually in the bigger picture. So absolutely important for any business. The 6th reason is a very important reason, and that is the fact that doing a business plan actually helps us to identify loopholes in our business. So, I've already mentioned that when you do a business plan, you do a lot of research, and you probably look at other companies that are doing the exact same thing as you are, and it helps you to identify certain things that you don't yet have in place in your business. So, by you writing these things down in the form of a business plan, you're able to identify the loopholes, but even more than that, you are also putting preventative measures in place to ensure that your business runs effectively even with the loopholes. So you don't only just identify these loopholes, but you also, while you edit, find ways to close those loopholes, or even find preventative measures on how to go ahead with the business with the identified challenges. So I think that, these are things that we overlook as business people, but it's vitally important to try and perfect your craft in such a way that you are much better than competition. So that, for me, is an advantage. It's already a competitive advantage to be able to identify loopholes at an early stage of your business and put preventative measures in place for those loopholes that you've identified. The seventh reason is that I highly am of the belief that having a business plan, or even just any plan in life, allows you to be committed and disciplined, because you know what you're working towards, and you have reason to then remain disciplined in producing those results, because you have a clear view of what the picture will be in 5 years' time. So by you writing all these things down, as small as it may seem, or as small as the idea may seem when you actually jot it down, but at the end of it all, you remain committed because you know what waits for you in 5 years' time and in 10 years' time. And I cannot emphasize the importance of this, even from a personal perspective. We need to visualize where we see ourselves, where we see our businesses, and the best way to do that is by having a proper defined plan that details each and every part of our business. So another reason why it is vitally important for us to have business plans in place is because of the fact that, when you are a newly startup, you are most likely to focus on certain areas of your business. So if you're selling a product of some sort, at the beginning, you're probably just worried about how do I get my product to the customer. And it's easy for us to neglect other aspects of the business, like, your marketing or even finances. So we only just worried about getting the product to the end person. So having a business plan just keeps the other things at the back of your mind, because just because you're not focused on it now doesn't necessarily mean it's not at the back of your mind and it's not as part of your plan. So I think that really helps us, because sometimes we do get consumed in just one thing, and the one thing being the selling of our products, and it doesn't really mean the other things are not equally important. Another reason why it's important to have a business plan is because of the financial element of a business plan. So usually business plans consist of the cash flow forecast, it consists of the balance sheet, it also consists of the income statement. So depending on the level of detail of your business plan, it's important to have these because they detail financially where your business will be. So it's not just a matter of you jotting down ideas and thinking, oh my God, my business is going to sell so much and I'm going to make millions. It really forces you to be practical in terms of how much money do you think you're going to make in the first year, in the second year, in the third year. And realistically speaking, how many expenses are you going to have? And by doing that exercise, you're already even identifying expenses that you wouldn't have normally thought of. So, that shows and gives another level of discipline. And it's so motivating to see that, if this whole plan actually works, in the next 3 years, I could make this much of profit. So I think that is important for any business person to create a financial forecast like that, because it gives you reason to work. It actually gives you reason to continue putting in the hard work and dedication. So also another very, very important thing that is undermined a lot. And I think most of us small business owners, we fail our businesses because we don't do the financial part of it. We don't forecast things financially. We don't budget as we are supposed to. And doing a business plan actually forces you to do that. Sometimes you even do the financial part before you even start selling the first product. So it already instills that kind of discipline for you to always be cognizant about your finances in the business. So highly, highly, highly recommend that you do this. And the last but most important reason why you should have a business plan in 2021 still is that it just looks professional. Remember last week, 2 weeks ago actually, I spoke about the reason why we need to make sure we have paperwork. We need to make sure that there's certain things that we have to have, and a business plan is one of those things. Like, you can't not have a business plan. It looks professional for your business. It looks like you are determined to get to where you see yourself. It looks like you have a plan in terms of how your business is going to run. So there's no ways that as a small business owner you are not going to have a business plan. It's not too late to start, guys. You can still start even in 2021. It doesn't matter how old your business is. It can be 5 years old, 10 years old, but if you feel that a business plan would add value in your business now, then I highly recommend that you consider doing or drafting a business plan. So yeah, that's it, guys. I've given 10 reasons why it's still important to have a business plan in 2021. I think that we will all go home and think more about this. I hope that we will start actioning, and it doesn't have to be professional. Like I said, you can just literally have a 5-pager. That's where it starts, and keep developing it until it is actually perfect. And if you feel the need that your business has grown so much that it's better to have a professional document, then approach businesses that could assist, like accountpreneurs again, that could assist you in terms of establishing a business plan, in terms of putting together a business plan that is professional, that has all the financial information that I've mentioned, like your forecasts, your balance sheets, and your income statement. Like, if all of that is important to you at this point, then I would highly recommend that you get a professional to do your business plan. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's it from me. I hope that you found this video to be very insightful, and don't forget to like, to comment, to share the video, and yeah, drop the comments down below. Remember, I said if you want us to do another detailed session of how to actually do a business plan, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know on the comment section, and yeah, that's it from me. It's nothing but love.